Hologram detected. Frameshift drive disengaged.
Week in review. Here are this week's main stories. The theft of a spectacular work of art has soured New Year festivities for thousands of federal citizens. A colossal hollow sculpture, inspired by the federal insignia, was due to be unveiled to mark the start of 3305. But upon activation, the image that materialized was a gigantic cat's face, winking repeatedly. Meanwhile, Professor Catrian Rook has admitted that her company's nanomedicines are of utopian origin, and revealed that the original material was sold to Vitadine Labs by independent pilots. She offered to return the original cargo to Utopia while insisting that Vitadine be allowed to continue the manufacture of its derived nanomedicines. Sim Guru Pranavantal has insisted that production cease, however. In other news, preparations are underway for the second Distant Worlds expedition, which will see a community of explorers cross the galaxy. The expedition will chart a course through the heart of the galaxy, mapping unexplored regions and making new scientific discoveries. It will also involve the construction of a starport dedicated to the study of Sagittarius A. Nearly 4,000 commanders are expected to take part. The isolationist group Nova Imperium has started mustering its forces in the Parisa system, prompting Senator Denton Patrios to issue a statement ordering the ships to disperse. The Imperial Navy must now find a way to quash the threat without it being seen as a massacre of Imperial citizens, which will only fuel further rebellion. An open order for military supplies has been placed on behalf of the Federal Navy by the League of Zira. A parallel operation is being run by Imperial faction the Cercer Company. Both initiatives begin on the 3rd of January 3305 and will run for 1 week. Finally, an initiative run by Herculean Machines, manufacturer of Dora Drive personal computers, has concluded. Multiple shipments of consumer technology, hardware diagnostic sensors, and computer components were delivered to the Glatrum system, which will be used to fulfill a large order from the Federal Navy. And those are the main stories this week. Nova Imperium musters military forces. The isolationist group Nova Imperium is reported to be assembling its forces in the Parisa system. Senator Denton Patrios made this statement. We have evidence that this seditious organization is amassing an armada in its home system. It consists of ships crewed by Imperator Mordanticus's ex-Navy followers, as well as the private vessels of many misguided citizens. As Admiral of the Fleet, I order Nova Imperium to disperse its forces immediately or face the consequences. The Imperial Herald's Cassia Carvalho commented, widespread support for Hadrian Duval has led to Nova
orbital flight engaged.
Imperium amassing its fleet in a very short time. The challenge for the Imperial Navy is to quash this threat without it being seen as a massacre of Imperial citizens, which can only fuel further rebellion. Countdown to Second Distant Worlds expedition. Preparations are underway for the Second Distant Worlds expedition, which will see a community of explorers cross the galaxy. Science correspondent Leon Banerjee provided an overview for the Vox Galactica media outlet. The first Distant Worlds mission, in 3302, was the largest fleet expedition in history, and saw over 1,000 ships.
The Thargoids. Human-Thargoid contact. The Thargoids are a non-human race with a history of hostility towards humanity. The first recorded encounter with a Thargoid ship took place in 2849, although earlier undocumented encounters are believed.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
In the years that followed, contact with lone Thargoid vessels was intermittently reported.
Trespass zone cleared.
Humanity clashed with the Thargoids in the 32nd century, but details of the conflict remained scarce for many years, and it proved difficult to differentiate authentic
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
accounts of Thargoid encounters from the sensationalist media stories of the time. The discovery of abandoned intergalactic naval reserve arm bases in 3303 did much to dispel the fog, however.
Trespass zone cleared.
The INRA, a joint initiative established in 3193,
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
was responsible for researching the Thargoids and developing technologies to counter their aggression. But the organization's lack of accountability meant that the details of its research did not come to light until years ago.
Under attack. Incoming mission critical message. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Orbital flight engaged. Under attack. Thermal attack. Shields offline. Warning, hull breach attack. Taking internal damage. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning, temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging.